All right, today we are diving deep into a mission that is just teetering on the edge of complete disaster. We're going to get right into the nitty-gritty of a covert op, breaking down how this team of specialists, well, tries to stop a catastrophe. We'll look at their first plan, see exactly where it all fell apart, and then check out the crazy gambles they had to take to try and pull it back from the brink.
So, to really get a handle on the stakes here, we have to start with a pretty terrifying question. Just picture it. A place that's all about joy and music, an outdoor rock concert, and then suddenly it becomes a hunting ground. And this isn't some what-if scenario. No, this is the actual future that a very specialized team is racing against the clock to stop.
Okay, so where does this all kick off? It starts with the inciting incident, a super chilling premonition. And the vision, it's specific and it is weird. We're talking about a massacre at an upcoming Indigo Girls concert, of all things, and it's happening at the local zoo. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's just a perfect storm of a public event and pure, unadulterated chaos.
And what's so fascinating about this, what really sets the stage, is the foundation for the entire mission. Think about it. It's not based on satellite photos or some informant's tip. No, it's all based on a single, terrifying glimpse into what might happen. A psychic warning of a bloodbath. And this one vision is enough to force a super secretive group, this team they call the coterie, to spring into immediate, and I mean high-stakes action.
So, who do you call when the future looks this bleak? Well, you put together a team of specialists, right? Each one with a very, very particular and frankly diverse set of skills. So let's meet the key players who are on the hook to stop this thing before it even starts.
All right, let's run down the roster. First up, you've got Zane. He's the public face, a DJ who can totally manipulate the media. Then there's Joshua, the techie, a master hacker who's all about digital warfare. The Undertaker, he's their muscle, their connection to the underworld for both intel and backup. We've got Stefan, the money guy, the strategist pulling strings from the shadows. And finally, Matt, the mystic, the one who's their scout with that connection to the supernatural. You can see, each one of them is a totally unique and absolutely vital piece of this, well, let's call it an unconventional puzzle.
Okay, so what's the game plan? What's their opening move? Well, they don't just, run at the problem head on. No, that's not their style. They orchestrate what you could almost call a symphony of chaos. The plan is a three-pronged attack, and it's designed to hit this thing from every single angle you can think of, all at the same time.
And this approach, hitting it from all sides, is absolutely key. They're basically planning to fight this war on three different fronts. First, public pressure. Second, digital warfare. And third, covert operations on the ground. They're going to try to win in the court of public opinion, in cyberspace, and on the streets. It's a total, full-spectrum assault.
So, prong number one, public pressure. This is where Zane comes in. Since he's a DJ with a bit of a following, he just unleashes a smear campaign on social media. His angle? The concert is going to harm the poor zoo animals. And this is the really clever part. He piggybacks on a real zookeeper strike that's happening to make his outrage seem totally legit.
Okay, now for the digital side of things. While Zane is busy stirring the pot online, Joshua, the team's tech guru, basically goes off the grid. He pulls an all-nighter in what you can only describe as an intense training montage, just honing his hacking skills to a master level. He's literally leveling up for the crazy complex attacks that are about to come.
And boom, we see the results of that training almost immediately. Joshua manages to hack into a local hospital's supply system. And what does he do? He sets up a recurring, totally untraceable delivery of 5 blood bags a week to a private location. Now, why do they need blood bags? We have no idea yet. But you just know it's a super vital and very, very specific resource for this team.
And that brings us to the third prong, covert ops. This is where the Undertaker shines. He hits the streets, tapping into his criminal network to dig up intel. And at the exact same time, Stefan, the money guy, is working quietly in the shadows. He's using his cash to secretly fuel that zookeeper strike, putting a massive financial and logistical squeeze on the whole event.
But you know how it goes. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. Or, in this case, first contact with reality. Because their super carefully crafted three-pronged attack? Yeah. It almost immediately smacks right into a wall of major, totally unforeseen problems.
And here we go. The first domino falls. Zane's whole social media campaign, it backfires. Big time. He gets this absolutely furious call from his manager, Tyler, who's screaming,
"What the heck are you doing?" Turns out the manager had just spent the last 12 hours landing Zane the gig of a lifetime, opening for the Indigo Girls, at the exact concert he's trying to get canceled. You can't write this stuff.
So yeah, this forces a complete 180, a total reversal. The mission just pivots on a dime. It's not about canceling the concert anymore, not at all. Now the new mission is to find a brand new, totally secure venue in under 24 hours. The clock is officially ticking, and the pressure is just immense.
And while all that's happening with Zane, the Undertaker's street-level recon hits this really chilling dead end. He's down in the city's sewer tunnels, and he's expecting to find, the usual stuff, but there's nothing. Not a single rat, no animals, just this creepy, dead silence. And you have to wonder, right? That's almost more terrifying than actually finding the bad guys. So let's just be blunt here. Their initial plan is a complete dumpster fire. It's in shambles. All their efforts have done is create way more new problems than actual solutions. They've been knocked back on their heels, and now they've got to improvise, and they got to do it fast.
So, with Plan A completely shot, the team has no choice but to shift to a new strategy. And this one, it's way, way riskier. It's going to rely on some powerful, pretty unpredictable allies and, well, a serious escalation of force.
So this new plan, it kicks off in 3 key steps. First, Zane, in a pretty desperate move, reaches out to this powerful figure named Raven to get help finding a new venue. Step 2, Raven says yes, but, and it's a big but, for a steep price. A generous, totally undefined favor down the line. That puts the whole team in some very dangerous debt. And finally, step 3, the Undertaker just escalates the whole thing, getting his hands on illegal, high-powered firearms. They're not messing around anymore, they are all in.
And right here, this is the proof, the tangible evidence that their whole strategy has shifted. They're moving away from things like social media campaigns and hacking and moving toward hard power. I mean, you don't go out and get a Winchester rifle and a SPAS 12 combat shotgun if you're just trying to prevent something. No, this signals they are gearing up for a direct and probably very violent confrontation.
And of course, as the pressure from the outside keeps building, the cracks start to show on the inside. You get this perfect little exchange between the super serious Undertaker and the, let's say, more flamboyant Zane. It just perfectly captures the team's dynamic, right? They're effective, sure, but they are also a total powder keg just waiting for a spark.
And all of this leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question. Their original plan is in tatters, they owe a massive favor to someone they probably shouldn't, and the actual threat they were trying to stop is still out there, a total mystery. So, can a team this fractured, under this much pressure, actually hold it together long enough to succeed? Well, the answer to that is where the real story gets interesting.